Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by Fermented Grape Tea. You know what it is. It is March 2022, and you're listening to Leaves in the Jungle, Season 2, Episode 20. In this game, we'll be using the Wildsea world setting and system. Yes, we are doing Episode 20. Yes. Sorry, listeners. You'll realize that I say it's March, and it is technically March. But when you listen to this, you'll realize we recorded certain episodes out of order.
Don't apologize to them, Ian. They know what they're getting into. This is Season 2.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They know we record things in weird orders sometimes. Okay. Anywho, it's episode 20. You're fine. These will be posted in proper order as long as I edit them properly. And yeah. We're going to do our unsetting question. And I think it's only fair, given the season of the year, what is the biggest form of media on the Wildsea? Like, is there movies? Is there TV shows? Are there podcasts? Are there, radio dramas? Are there musicians, like famous touring musicians? Are there storytellers, shadow puppets? What is the best media on the Wildsea?
No, you're good. You did it. That's all of it. We're good. Next step.
I do like the idea of that, like, what's that style of, like, backlit shadow, like, with the paper cutouts and it's like puppetry things. Ooh. I feel like that's something the Mothrin do.
Shadow puppetry?
You know what I mean? Where it's like, I want to say it's
like the Austin Powers jokes.
Yeah.
Where they use silhouettes and everything looks weird.
But it's with, like, paper silhouette cutout puppets. And it's all backlit and you do it against the screen, so it looks it's cool.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They have a Shaun the Sheep episode like that.
Yeah.
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 Parents out there know what we're talking about.
I also feel like just sea shanties all the time, everywhere. Somehow.
I'd imagine, like, failed records of, like, or the records of, like, failed, like, hijackings and pirating and stuff like that. It's like funniest home recordings.
Oh, like piracy fail videos or whatever they recorded it with.
Yeah,
logs.
Exactly.
Like crew logs from failed. You know how, like, sometimes you see like just the text of a police report and it's bizarre and, like, silly. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you'll see, like, the text from a 911 call and it's just like, really, like that, like the copied logs of, tried to be reported by pirates. Yeah, exactly.
The kind of crap that happens out here. There's no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Well, with that out of the way, I would say what happened last session, but it doesn't really matter. And also, our last session is the main. Like, I think our last session is episode 16. Listeners' last session will be episode 19, so that would be out of order. And this is going to be a B-Team episode anyway, so what happened last session doesn't matter. You'll get re-caught up next episode. Don't worry about it. With that said, what happened last time with the B-Team? Does anyone remember that?
Are we still back at Fire Mountain?
You are on Fire Mountain with the B-Team.
All right.
The last thing I remember, and forgive me if I'm wrong, or, say something if I'm wrong, I think was the final episode of season 1. You guys met up with the B-Team, and they're like, we're going to stay here and keep researching stuff. And then Gomez was like, I don't care about fire, and walked through the fire.
No. He said, I'm declaring a forever war. And then
yes,
walked to the fire to, go talk to the inner fire people.
That's fair.
These guys look submissive and recruitable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They weren't.
From the fire as we emerge from like the cave beneath, walks a slightly tinged Gao or Ectus.
Oh, and we have a
Excellent.
crocodile.
You do have a crocodile.
We have a
yes.
crocodile.
I forgot about
Pure crocodile.
Just a crocodile?
Just bear.
Yeah, it's just a bear. What a
Just
weird
this
place.
bear.
This place is weird.
Bears on the vine. Just being bears. Climbing up
Brave
trees,
soldier
eating
bear.
honey.
Bears on the Vine sounds like a very seedy bar.
It's the secondary location that Iroh opened up in the lower part of Bossing Say.
Felix,
That's why
I
he
don't think
never
it's too
remarried.
late. I don't think it's too late, Felix. You can add Bears on the Vine into your book.
Oh.
The monster and the place.
Excellent.
It's just a
excellent.
vine with it's just bears. Hundreds of bears, but they're all attached to like this weird umbilical.
It's a berry vine.
Oh no.
Kind of like a like when you see like garlic all braided up together, just bears on a vine.
Yeah, and when there's a bunch of them, it's called a vineyard.
That's. Ah.
You asked.
Yeah,
Actually,
you know I
You
did.
didn't. You just stated
This is a
things.
gift. I give this freely.
Yeah, I'm not even doing this for homework. I get no credit for this.
This is for me.
I asked a question, my teacher told me to write a report, and now I'm going to read it in front of the whole class, and it is 20 pages. Let's go.
Part 1.
That'll teach my teacher to try and teach me.
I'm
Joke's
done.
on you. I learned so much.
They think I'm done. I go back to my seat, and I get my second binder.
The greatest revenge is joy.
It doesn't matter that this isn't that this is plagiarized. It wasn't being graded. But seriously, Bears on the Vine is my idea. Give me credit.
Excellent. On that note, yeah, you guys are. You actually, you know what? Let's do a quick recap of who the B team characters are, because it's been like 20 episodes since the listeners have kind of heard who our B team is. Do you guys
And a
want
few
to?
years in game.
Yeah.
That's
oh,
true.
Oh, we didn't do the I'm Ian and I'm the Firefly.
Oh,
That's
'cause
why
you're not
we
Ian,
haven't.
you're imposter.
I'm imposter and I am Flyfire.
and
And we
you're
have-
sus. It's the same order as always.
I know, but I didn't think that was his real introduction.
I'm
I'm
cutting in line.
Austin.
I'm Jonathan. I'm going first this time.
Who are you playing?
I'm playing Rekatap. He doesn't sound like this now.
I'm Austin. I'm playing Drok Sheltree, the author of the doom of the current crew.
That's really cool.
I'm Bev. I'm playing Illuden. I'm a Gao. Yes, I am a Gao. The shiny Gao.
And I'm Dylan, and I will be playing Nikitak, the Chelicrat.
Excellent. Now that we've gotten that very smooth 9-minute introduction out of the way, our
Flawless.
It's our
As-
best time yet.
Jonathan was right. Our listeners know what they're doing. They're 20 episodes deep. It's their fault at this point.
Are they 20 episodes deep into season 2?
Don't
Yeah.
victim blame. We are responsible to them and to ourselves.
I'm so sorry. You're right. Listeners, we love you. We appreciate you. If you want to stop listening, it's our fault. We get
We
it.
do I do need to say this. If we make jokes about consent, it's because we were just talking about Bridgerton, and we're very
does
pro.
a great job of that, okay?
I know. I'm just getting that out of the way now.
Yes,
If it's like,
yes.
oh, something consent. I don't want the listeners to be like, what are they doing? It's like, no, it's all in. It's good.
Bridgerton came
like
out
that.
last weekend. If you need a timeline for this, I binged it all in like 3 days, and I was pacing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, season 2. Yeah. I mean, I've already seen season 1. I like season 2.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's all tongue in cheek.
2 seasons of it.
Haha! So you have seen it.
No, my wife is just like, yeah, I know, it's on Netflix.
Okay. So we are in Fire Mountain. There's for those who don't remember Fire Mountain, there is a mountain at the center of a ring of fire. The fire is like, it's a big mountain. It's a lot of fire. I think I said it takes a week to circumnavigate the fire, if I remember correctly. So it's a
like
big
that.
it's a big distance. Bunch of fire. People don't like fire generally, except the people inside the mountain. They like the fire. They're trying to delete the Wildsea. They're trying to go back to pre-verdancy. So they've been like burning their way out, and they're in this constant battle, burning their way out as wild sailors are burning their way in. And so yeah, that's the location you guys are in. The people all there wear these giant like firefighter, those shiny reflective suits and stuff, insulated so that they don't get burned, because everywhere around this mountain is pretty darn hot and covered in ash. So it's not overly hospitable. But yeah, they're fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. They're okay. And they have tunnels in the mountain where they live so that they can take off their, suits. They're more or less regular humans versus Ardents, which are Wildsea humans. I'm not going to go into the full difference on them because I don't really have an answer for that.
It doesn't matter. We're in the Wildsea. They're fun and different. Everybody's original.
They're different. It's fine.
We just ran into a bunch of guinea pigs and hand centipedes, and they were the same at some point. It's fine.
No one will encounter them again.
They won't. They will only encounter one of them of that group.
Your guinea pig zealots are doing lots of work behind the scenes, by the way. They are moving things.
We are now 2 religions.
I feel like you got Docus's group considers you gods almost. The guinea pigs, you're probably considered a branch sect or a divergent of that one of Doug's cameo character, Wildenfelt or whatever. Wildenfelt, yeah. I feel like you're like 3 to 5 religions deep now.
Love it.
Well done.
Man, and we've only had 1 crusade. We're doing our record's great. 1 for 5. High fives all around. No? No one?
We're over
Too soon.
here.
Too soon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys are on this mountain. If you remember correctly, your goal was to get a little bit of research done because you wanted to learn more of the pre-verdancy people, or kind of why they want the fire to keep going as hard as they do. And then you guys obviously want to get out of here safely somehow. Yeah. So what are you guys up to? What's your, what are you doing?
Well, my instinct is that, it's curious to understand why they want to end the verdancy So I'm like asking them about their lore and their stories and legends involving that, while at the same time offering up kind of like to because maybe nobody's demonstrated to them that some people actually like the Verdancy, and like the Verdancy for us was our home and that's where we're from, and you know, like, so like I'm also trying to tell them my stories of, you know, living in it and liking it, but also it's partially an excuse to just brag about my stories and how heroic I am.
Okay.
Yeah. But genuinely wanting to understand their point of view of why is it that you want to end this, because, you know, you can't change somebody's mind unless they believe you respect their point of view.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're a giant mushroom.
Mhm.
They're people. So there's definitely, again, they've never met a Gao before you. So there was some hurdles in the beginning. I think I talked about this last episode, but you guys are the heroes. So like you've overcome those hurdles. However, yeah, they'll listen to your stories. They'll tell you their stories. One of the big things they show you is because you can, you know, glow so well, they take you on a tour through their, like, you know, walls of history, as, you know, all the cave walls are painted histories on it and whatnot. And you see their very first cave painting is a elephant. It's this like smallish elephant, and they say this is the mother of all our people or something like that, you know.
That's a terrifying implication.
This is our spirit guardian, and when we need her, she comes and, you know, blesses us.
Okay.
Dang. We got one of those too.
Just drags out the crocodile.
It like smiles up at them, that weird toothy grin, like
That,
Look how cute our dog is.
Does that crocodile
weird, like, vibrating growl thing that crocodiles do?
Yeah, it still like occasionally like bites your guys' leg every now and then and just like tries to chew on it. But as I established, like Verdancy people are stronger than pre-Verdancy people. So like you guys just like open its mouth and pat it, and it's like, it's okay.
Oh, he's just playing. Oh, look,
Yeah.
he's trying to cuddle roll. That's when he tries to get us in a nice tight embrace. It's so fun.
Just he's real snuggly, you guys.
Oh, he getting a grip on you.
oh,
it means
he's
he likes
hugging you with his jaws.
Excellent.
Psychopaths, all of us.
We're the good guys.
Context is a legend in this universe. But so as the only human of the group,
You're treated
How did-
much better.
Whoa.
excellent. And the cycle continues.
Oh.
Do we need suits? These all guys are wearing like these big puffy fire suits. I feel like I would be at least mildly concerned, especially considering like what I've dealt with the fire is like some fire spirits, you know, some like random lightning strikes, but like everyone kind of works together, give or take, to not die to fire.
Yeah, like you guys don't need to be fully suited up like they are, but obviously if you guys step into the fire, it's going to be hot. Like it's definitely hot out for you guys, and you're going to get burned if you go too close, but you don't need to be like, as soon as they leave the interior of the caves, they have to put on the fire suits, or you can see them like start burning a little bit because it's hot. Whereas you
Newsflash,
guys,
fire hot.
yeah, you guys are like,
Indeed
it's
hot.
It's just warm. Like I'm, you know, this is nothing compared to the like acid inside a Leviathan or like whatever. It's yeah.
I mean, we're immune. It's fine.
I mean, resistant is probably a better word, but yeah.
Does anyone
Herd
ever
immunity.
venture? Like, how do they start such a controllable blaze?
You can go to the edge, like right up to the edge if you want, and look.
No, I'm asking them. I'm not gonna touch the fire.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go interrogate the fire. Is how it started.
They'll like give you some binoculars, and from the cave you can see that there's like teams of them, and they just have like, again, Krezerin burns so well, and they just have like these long flamethrowers that just pump Krezerin at this wall of fire, and then every now and then they light a match at it if it starts to look like it's going out, and then they just boom these big flamethrowers.
They just have a
and they're just
closet full of single matches.
yeah.
I'm just envisioning just like a bunch of greasers with just like fire hoses, just casually doing it and just flicking lit matches at it.
I think we need to go back to the idea of like there's a basement full of just matches, but they've all been emptied from the boxes. It's like the syringe room from that one Saw movie, but it's matches.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's you know that the scene in Zoolander where they play with the gasoline?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's that. It's just a bunch of them. Do. And yeah,
gasoline fight accident.
exactly.
I would like to know where they're pumping the Krezerin from.
Chiseled ads and stolen features.
Yeah, they have.
Not die.
There's like all the tubes seem to run back into the mountain, and if you ask them, they'll take you deeper and deeper into the mountain until you kind of get into the heart of the mountain, where all the tubes connect into this pool, and it's like a giant, just huge lake of Krezerin at the bottom of this mountain, and they're just pumping it out.
So like Wakanda, but with like nuclear sludge.
Yeah.
Did you say it's at the base of the mountain, like on the outside or inside?
Inside.
No,
It
inside.
is inside. Okay.
Yes,
Like
if it was
giant
outside.
gourd.
Yeah.
Good question. What is this culture's smoking policy?
They're actually surprisingly okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. As long as it's not done anywhere near this room, obviously.
Obviously.
Because like if this amount of Krezerin, you guys are all intelligent. If this amount of Krezerin catches on fire, the whole mountain, like again, this giant mountain, this whole mountain, is gonna go up in the air, so that what was the top of the mountain now looks like the bottom of the mountain, and then it's gonna come crashing back down, comically style. Like it's gonna go boom.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's our way out of here. No kidding.
So you're saying what we did is we did a quick save, we tried it, we saw what happened, and then we did a load, and then we're like, all right, well, that was fun.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You guys
Just like a
blew up perfection.
Just like a save button.
We see that this is one of the potential endings.
Yeah.
We steer past it.
like
The explosion happens, the credits start to roll, and we're like, whoa.
you guys are able to look up a quick video and see that, like, if you had it done an alternate ending, if the moon's just right and you blow it up, that mountain will actually launch right to the moon. Nice. It's yeah.
Ooh, a secret ending.
Yeah, secret ending.
I love those. Like the one, what was it? Far Cry?
Nice.
Where you're like on an island and there's a guy and you're talking to him, and the guy's clearly going to leave to go kill some guy. And he's like, just wait here for like 5 minutes. And then he leaves. And if you actually sit there just for 5 minutes, he comes back and he's like, all right, cool, let's go shoot some guns. And then the credits roll. And that's it, you did it, you won.
There's a similar one in Far Cry 5.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
No, you're talking about Far Cry 4, which is totally right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, so there's the giant pool of Krezerin. They shoot Krezerin at the fire to just keep trying to push back the verdancy. I don't.
Rude.
You guys don't think they realize that the Krezerin is also what grows the plants so big, so it's kind of a catch-22. But yeah,
Do we explain that to them?
you can if you want to.
I mean, I don't see any harm in explaining that. Yeah, I'm explain.
I'm gonna try and let her.
Okay.
I explain.
Okay. So you go up to, I guess, their leader or whatever.
Yeah.
Greetings. What is it you'd like to discuss?
Well, my friend, I noticed that you're using the Krezerin as your fuel for the fire to push back the verdancy, but isn't that a bit antithetical to what you're trying to do, as it is the Krezerin who grows the verdancy so lushly?
He just takes, like, a little vial of Krezerin, and he just lights it, and it just, like, explodes, and he's like, it burns, therefore it destroys plants. Everyone knows this. That's the... And he, like, points at the wall, and there's a picture of a different guy doing exactly what he just did, like like scooping a little bit, burning it, and it exploding. And he's like, see, that, like, fire beats plants. You're a plant, you should know that.
Yes, I see what you mean, my friend, but if you will observe, and I just, like, bud a small growth of mushroom off my arm, quickly plant it into the ground, and then dump Krezerin on it.
It, like, grows, like, a bunch of, like, weird, more mushroomy bits, and then, like, an eye pokes out.
Do you want to see what happens if I drink it?
Yes. I just chime in from the back. Yes. I dare you. Please, sir, you must need more proof. You can't trust one plant.
Haha, I never turned down a challenge! Goes to grab the stuff. I don't know if he lets me, though.
No, he'll let you drink it.
I swig it
Rekatap-
and I drink
Rekatap
about
is
a
like,
cup's
"Whoa."
worth. Like a solid gulp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens to Illuden as she drinks, like, a cup of Krezerin?
I mean, like, I'm trying to rain down my instinct to Akira the situation. Let's go with vanilla Akira happens, and I just kind of go to not my final form, but like the in-between form, where now I've grown 3 feet taller and I've just gotten a little bit beefier and more luminescent, and now, like, I have a much deeper voice. And I'm just like, I mean, I honestly feel like I could take at least 8 of you in an arm wrestling contest at once right now, if I'm being honest. And I feel a strong desire to breed.
Like Buff Shaggy from the second Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It just kind of stares at you, stares at the plant, like the mushroom plant that you grew. Mushroom plant stares back at him with that single eye.
Blink, blink.
Yeah. It just kind of looks at the forest. He's like, we've never done that before. Again, points to the wall, and there's like a big, like, do not do this sign.
Do not pour on mushrooms.
Scientist, I tell ya.
He's like,
I would not recommend doing this on the regular.
yeah, we're like, you start to, like, deflate as, like, it kind of processes through your body over time. You just stare. He's like,
If you'll excuse me, I need to use the little mushrooms room.
I don't know how to process this right now.
I mean, me either. That's why I need the room.
I'm gonna talk to the other elders and see what they know. and he kind of just walks away. Just absolutely confused.
Turns to the others. I think that went well.
Oh, yeah.
Over-exaggerated, emphatic nod and thumbs up.
Also thumbs up, but I've apparently got more thumbs now, and I just go, whoa, and kind of shake that off my hand.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna come back, and he looks at all of you. He says, "Okay, I've talked to the other elders. I've talked to the wise people in our, the historians and the Star Watchers and everyone who's."
How do you watch stars in this culture? Isn't like the whole sky flamed out?
Yeah, there.
I found a plot hole. Do I get a prize?
He just looks at you. He's like, on a good night when it's windy.
I have an answer for this. So
Yeah.
he says, "No, we have an observatory," and he points, and there's like a building that has this like long tube. It's just really long, and it just goes up and up and up and up. And at the top of this tube is a some kind of like a dome thing, and it basically just refracts all the light at the top of the tube. So the tube goes up above the smoke, so they can look in, and it's basically like a periscope. By looking in through the periscope, they can see all of the stars above.
Okay,
Yeah,
they'd
I
have to
like
address
that.
the
Okay.
light pollution too, but yeah, I guess if they were
like
high
it.
enough high.
But what if instead of refracting the light, what if instead we just had a goblin at the end of the stick and it shouted down what it looked like up there?
Just a straight
just-
up goblin. Only one of its
No.
kind.
We tried that. They went on strike. They formed a union. Our entire society fell apart because
No.
of something union.
not our demi-humans.
Oh. Yes. We've consulted the stars, and yes, there does seem to be some truth to what you have shown us. However, it is the fastest way to set fire to the trees, and we will get rid of the trees. Every year we make it forwards, I think. Yeah, every year we make it forwards, at least in one area.
Well,
Genius, farmer. Genius.
Again, it's a circle, so if they make it like forwards in one area, the circle just kind of moves around the mountain, you know?
I was gonna say, did Gomez inform us of the fire brigade on the other side?
Oh, yes, he did.
Okay, so we know that there are people actively fighting them.
Yes, and
Do they know that?
Gomez has done his best to let them know, and I think they just don't care. They're just like, yeah, that's great. There's people out there, but like, there's also trees out there. They should not be there.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
But don't you humans require oxygen to live?
You're still alive.
Yeah, we're all still alive here. We have more than enough set up. Like, he shows you, they have rooms that, like, there's big oxygen converters and stuff, and air purifiers and whatnot.
What
He's
about
like,
vegetables to eat?
We're fine.
Hmm.
Don't you
They
eat
go,
plants?
they have, like, tunnel moss and mushrooms and other weird root vegetables growing in the mountain.
What about the medicinal purposes of plants?
Like he said, mushrooms in the mountain.
Yeah, he's like, everything we need is here. He just kind of shows you some root veggies, mushrooms, and moss. He's like, this is all we need.
Oh, okay, but what about all the people who live in the trees you're trying to burn down, and all the animals, and all the other plants, and all the other plant people? They live there.
Never thought about it too much till you guys showed up.
Mhm.
Honestly thought we've been thinking it's just demons out there, you know,
Well,
demons and monsters.
you might be right. That all depends on how this conversation ends up going.
You may be right, I may be crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, worked in another Billy Joel reference. Yeah.
We are worried that you know, you've earned our trust here. You've helped out and you've done some good things for us. But we're still not, you know, you guys are outsiders. You're never going to be, you can tell us there's other people. And I mean, if they're willing to come here and help out and defeat the trees, then we'll accept them. We're an accepting group, but they need to help us beat the trees because we don't accept the trees.
But what if they want the trees?
That's not how it goes around here. You see? And he points to another mural on the wall, and it's like, no to trees.
But you're killing them.
Yeah, you kill the trees.
No,
and
the
then that
people
way-
in the trees. You're killing them by burning down the trees with them in the trees.
Well, they shouldn't have been in the
Allegedly.
trees. Trees.
But
Also,
you're trying
yeah,
to
we-
burn down
we-
all the trees, and they need
Look,
the trees to live.
Our civilization has been here for a long time, as he points at
so
all
has
the murals.
theirs.
And we've only met 4 people that weren't from our civilization.
Okay,
So
okay,
what's telling me? Or sorry, 5, because
What?
there was that one demon that came out of the fire, but that might have been a hallucination. We're not sure.
What
Gomez is over there.
if we took a few of your guys with us just to see? Just for a little bit. Just to go out and meet some other non-demons.
So you're gonna changeling our people? No.
No,
it's too
willing
much of a risk.
a willing volunteer to go and see and come back and tell you guys so that you know better, and maybe you might decide that you still want to do what you're doing, but then you have more information now.
What about you guys learning to know better?
We are. We're taking time to learn about you right now. We have our disagreements, but we are learning. But I'm just saying that, you know, that could go both ways.
I'm scuttling out of the room. I'm going to work my way back to the Krezerin vault, and I'm going to mostly disperse my form into just like a shambling mound on the walls, compacting my my skin into like a small folded satchel as I move.
Excellent. Okay. I look forward to whatever you're concocting there. I'm excited. Yeah, again, we're being very open-minded here. It's, you know,
Good. Keep
There's-
going. I encourage you
there's-
to keep on with that.
we're not known for, you know, believing, like, agreeing with demons. Again, points to a mural, and it's like it fully shows a bunch of Gao, a bunch of Ardents, a bunch of Chelicrae, a bunch of Ectus, a bunch of, like, some Mothrin, even like an Ironbound or 2, and it's just a big red X on them and like just some scribbled words underneath. And he's like, see, we know that there's demons gonna try and trick us, but we also know that weird things can be good. And there's like, beside that, like with the big red X through it, there's a bunny with thumbs up, and it's like circled green, and they're like, see, these guys apparently these are angels, and they're much better than demons, we've been told. I've never met an angel, but you know, I hear they exist.
Right. Just to clarify, do you think I'm a demon?
We're not sure yet. We think you could be a demon, or you could just be a shapeshifter. We're not sure how you're tricking us yet.
I'm not
you
tricking
four are
you.
doing something. I mean, you glow. Glowing is a sign of... I don't know. I don't know what glowing's a sign of. It's not on the walls.
Right. Moving on. I'm trying to remember. Did B Crew run into the rabbits yet?
They have not.
Okay.
But does someone can roll lore in case they want to, or I guess lore is not an option. What's the lore? Study? Yeah, someone can roll study if they want to. And see if their character knows anything about rabbits.
I mean, I can.
Well, I was about to say, don't everyone get excited.
Yeah.
I don't really have stats for that. So, what should I roll for it?
I believe we said just roll 4 dice for these characters.
4. I know. Where did it go? 4 dice. That is a 5 with a twist.
5 with a twist. Excellent. You have heard about these bunnies. You haven't heard them being referenced as angels, but you do know they exist. Like, you've heard about them being seen in the Wildsea, like, recently. That's all you know. Does anyone have a twist?
The townsfolk are starting to eye this like glowing gal who's been like arguing with the elder suspiciously.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little uppity, and you can see them, like, more and more of them are donning their like protective gear and their big fire suits. Yeah. We're gonna pause here for a second. I'm gonna stop, and we're gonna let Jonathan go to bed because he's tired.
Yeah, I'm like sitting there in the street in my chair, nice and comfy, eyes closed, and I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna download this, and then I'll hit restart in a minute.
Okay. I also go back because I'm like, this is good stuff. I just. Oh no, I can't contribute.
That's okay. If you're exhausted, we get it.
Do you want to record a sign off now, and then Ian could edit it in?
No, that's editing. I love Jonathan, but no, that's too much editing. I'm sorry, Jonathan.
Well, the nice thing is that I'm the last one, so like, all you have to do is record everybody else saying their last thing, and then you and I get on, and I'm like, and I'm Jonathan, and I played Rekatap, and then you're like, and I'm Ian, signing off, and then just boop, put it together.
Okay. Jonathan, you want to say that?
Oh, sure. And I'm Jonathan, and I played Rekatap.
Excellent. And I'm Ian, and we're signing off.
Boop.
And we're back. And I definitely edited that properly, so there will be no flaws, he says, knowing he did not, and there will be many. Anywho, we are back. The crowds are, they're starting to like don their fire armor, and they're getting grumpy as there's a giant mushroom yelling with their leader.
I'm not yelling. I'm arguing, which is not the same as fighting.
Aggressively arguing your point.
It's not aggressive.
Yet.
Yeah. I have
Stop
not even
aggressifying
achieved my Corsair.
But one person's yelling, and it's definitely not you, and you're a stranger, so obviously you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
My brain.
Strangers are always bad.
I'm just exhausted by everything, and this is my fantasy world time, guys. just want a world where things make sense with giant mushroom people.
When has the Wildsea ever made sense for us?
It makes more sense than reality.
I mean, the sad part is you're not fully wrong.
Right? In a world of my own.
Yeah, they're starting to move towards you guys.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not there.
Yep, it is. What are you up to, by the way? If you don't mind me asking.
Assuming that I was successfully able to make it to the Krezerin room, then I would. Do I have any whispers as this character? I imagine I probably would.
Yeah, you have whispers. What do you want to whisper?
You guys. Oh, I was like,
Just 1 second.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So something that would introduce an external plant source or right, like I mean, the obvious first thought is to blow up the mountain, right? But that leaves literally everybody dead, and it's literally the exact thing that we're trying to convince them not to do, right? I mean, violence could solve our problem, sure, easy.
Does it leave everyone dead though?
Well, not us, but all of them, yes.
We're the good guys. Actually, this time.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're the good guys. Our proteges are gonna have some get talking to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna breathe like the a drunken memory whisper, probably sour grapes or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Into the font of the Krezerin that's boiling up beneath their mountain, and hopefully turn the place into a delicious vineyard overnight. And they're going to have to consider where they're moving to.
Yeah, excellent. I love that. So as Illuden is starting to get surrounded by a bunch of disgruntled village people, you
I was just thinking that. There's no need to feel down.
Excellent. Yeah, you whisper. What was the whisper again? Sorry.
Sour grapes.
Sour grapes. Yes. You whisper sour grapes into this, like, just, I mean, you've never seen this much Krezerin. This is a giant lake full. And all of a sudden, as you finish that whisper, you can just see the Krezerin. It was bubbling up, and then it just goes perfectly flat. Like glass clear, or glass, smooth. And you can just see it. The Krezerin, like, is normally a black, ooey gunk. And just from the dead center where it was bubbling up, a green line just starts reaching up and up and up. And it hits the ceiling. And it explodes, and vines just start covering every inch of this cave, and the whole Krezerin just becomes green with vines, as vines just spew out of this mountain and through every tunnel and every nook and every cranny of this mountain, all over the face of it. They cover all the trees that are on fire and just like smother out the fire with their vines, and then just explode in grapes, like just grapes everywhere. And yeah, the people are freaking out right now because they tried to attack you, and then you made grapes happen.
Wait, they
At least
think
as
I
far-
made this happen?
I mean, as far as they are aware, you were yelling at their leader. They tried to attack you or like stop you, and then grapes, and yeah, they don't know what's going on.
But I feel like in the chaos, I would have tried to save a few of them, right?
I mean, they're alive. There's just a lot of grapes around them. Like there isn't an inch of this mountain that isn't vine or grapes now.
Then some kind of duck god appears, waddles up, looks up at Bev. Got any grapes? Disappears into a puff.
Waddle, waddle.
Excellent.
Hey. I just kind of,
Yeah.
I'm staring at the vines as stunned as anybody else.
It's fair. Yeah, no, the grapes have smothered out the fires, and the smoke is starting to clear.
Their flamethrowers are a thing of the past now.
Now it's just hot juice for everybody.
Mm.
Gross.
You all heard it, everybody. He was excited.
Well, let's move on.
Let's get juicy.
I'm a mass of spiders, okay?
You're a sticky mass of spiders.
You're all just like floating a bunch of spiders. Some of them are in little like hot tub tubes or not or pool tubes.
Hot
Some of
tub
them-
tubes.
Sorry, it's hot in there. Some of them are just like rowing, like they're little, like Venice. What's the word I'm
Like the
thinking of?
movie
Gondola?
Ants,
Yeah.
except without all the adult level of drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's like people are gonna start panicking unless you guys do something here. It's
I
weird
think our
even
job
for
here
you
is done.
guys.
I'm pretty sure our job here is done. I'm pretty sure they have
That's
lost
okay.
the war.
Guys,
Yeah.
we're actually the good guys.
No, I know. The great thing is, or the great thing is,
Yeah.
after they settle into the fact that they can no longer live their current way of life, I've left them with a new way of life, which will leave them basically rich in terms of I think turning the giant wellspring of untapped Krezerin into the world's most premier winemaking capital 50 years in the future. I think that's an investment that is worth making.
Okay, I assume at this point we're face to face enough that I can talk to him. Okay, but you know what you just did, right? You looked at a culture you didn't understand, just unilaterally decided that their way of life was dumb and stupid, so I'm going to obliterate their entire way of life, culture, and identity, and insert what I believe to be the superior culture. You know what that means, right? You see that's bad,
you're
right?
missing the important fact. You're missing the
Okay.
important fact. Their culture was stupid, and I understood that.
Yeah, you know what?
This is
I'm
worse,
not-
right?
I'm not. My culture isn't completely insular, and I'm not the one in the cave. And I understand that I'm the one on the outside of the cave, and they're inside the cave, and that is a very important distinction when in being able to say that their culture is dumb, because their culture has a lack of the basic element of civilization to it, where they are effectively just being herder, follow dogma, anything outside of dogma dumb, and therefore, yes, I do get to say that yes, they're wrong.
Gestures
Yes, they're
and grapes,
wrong.
You
murals
didn't
on the wall.
enlighten them out of the cave, though. You drowned them in it.
No, we merely awashed them in the blood of Christ.
Oh no.
The wave, we've taken them out of the cave.
I mean, these are technical points. These are technical points. Yes,
we're imperialists now.
I have a mortal lifetime. They can figure it out in the years coming to pass. But I had a chance, and if you know what, Where's my thank you for saving you from a bunch of angry zealots? Like really now? You're gonna stand here and give me a lecture? I completely saved your ass.
Like Picard said, sometimes the change we want doesn't come as soon as we want it to.
Talking about change.
Everything about my brain hurts right now. You broke
talking about
me.
talking about change. Yeah, some of those like firefighters from the outside world are starting to come in as they like put out any of the last little embers that weren't burnt from or that weren't smothered by the vines.
Cue the intro to Fire Force.
And yeah, these just all of a sudden, you don't even know how it had to have been a whisper. It had to have been a whisper. There's no way this didn't happen without a whisper. But time's moving slower, and they're like running smoothly in synchronized motions as these large, muscular, beings come just gliding effortlessly over towards the mountain as the whole world is in slow motion. And then you realize it's not the whole world anymore, and it's just them gliding expertly synchronized in slow motion towards you. And the rest of the world is back to regular motion, but they're still in slow motion.
So do we just like walk away?
We just traumatized a whole peoples. But I genuinely don't know what to do.
We have spooky wraiths like approaching us in slow motion. Do anyone else notice them?
They're not spooky wraiths. They're strong, muscular, good-looking firefighters.
And they're trapped in slow motion. We need to help them, guys. We can't leave all of these firefighters trapped in slow motion forever.
That'd be wrong. We're heroes.
That's correct.
One of them does like the hair flick in slow motion, and they're just like, dude.
Oh no, it's the curse of the Bay Watcha.
Yeah. They eventually make it over to you guys, and like as they get closer to you, they kind of speed up into regular speed, and they're just like, we made it. Wow. What's going on here, eh, bro? Hey, bro. And they're all just start saying bro to each other. Because, again, remember, these guys are super chads. They're all just... It's just a fraternity of firefighters. It's great. And, yeah, they're all just like...
better before they got up close. Yeah. Okay.
I liked it better when I could look at you but not hear you talk.
Hey, bro. What's going on here? Dude, the fire's done. We won. Yeah.
Bro, and then we won. Yeah.
Yeah. They start like squirting each other with squirt guns and having wet t-shirt contests and whatnot.
That'd be in the first half, not gonna lie.
So we teach the from the ashes of their old crappy society. We bring them all outside of the cave all at once, and we have a sick party to celebrate them leaving the cave.
I feel like it doesn't go smoothly at first.
No, it doesn't go smoothly at all, but we can patch over 200 years of darkness with one crazy party. Of course we can. This is fantasy. This is where better to have the crazy party than to not have the crazy party.
And I mean,
I feel like this is what we were doing during the time lapse of the 2 years is trying to reconcile the two groups.
A 2-year rager.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, it was a rager of rebuilding a society together party.
Absolutely drunk off our asses on lava wine.
So much.
I love it. Yeah, you guys...
Okay, this is canon now.
Yeah. No, you guys spend the next 2 years, and with the help of all the ex-firefighter frat bros, You guys throw the craziest party and craziest like reculturing to help out these mountain people and teach them how to make wine, how to survive on the Wildsea. How you teach them everything they need to know to survive and do whatever they want for themselves. And
I feel like since we're now kind of on the outside, we made a point of tracking down some of the rabbits to help them with this transition.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
You guys do send out messengers looking for rabbits and looking for them. However, the 2 years go by and your messengers keep coming back like they've never seen. They don't know exactly where they are. Like they hear rumors here and there and they'll investigate, but they haven't found them. And then just as the four of you are getting on a ship and ready to set sail into the sunset, to go off on your next crazy adventure, whatever it might be, whatever civilization needs help, you just see some rabbits in the distance giving you a thumbs up and then locking eyes with the leader of the mountain people, which by the way, they have democracy now. It's fine. They voted in a leader.
Wait, they didn't have democracy before?
They had a chief. It was, I don't know. It might have been pseudo democracy. It might have been the budding embers of democracy. We don't know. Anyway,
so what you're saying is that I made the right decision. That's correct. We're going to keep glossing this over.
This is a bad precedent to set.
Yeah, and that rabbit's just going to give the thumbs up to their new leader and be like, yeah, and then hop back into the sunset, disappearing. And yeah, as you guys sail off into the sunset, and this culture starts to thrive on its own, and the ex-firefighters disband and go back to their homes and or stay here and help out, whatever goes on, you see there's just a faint chittering and sound as a group of guinea pigs appear on the horizon coming towards this area.
No.
Wait on!
And yeah, you guys, we're gonna end the session there. As one group does a good deed, another must do a bad.
We did a good deed?
You guys did a good deed. You saved them from an eternal war kind of thing. It was an it's a gray area, I'll give you that. But
dark gray.
Yeah, maybe dark gray, but you did it to help them, which is better than nothing. You gave them the tools they needed to get better. You didn't just take everything from them. You left them better than you found them.
Let's be real. They were trying to set the world on fire, quite literally. I mean,
yeah.
We could have done them a lot worse and been yeah, those guys were assholes. They deserved that.
It was a hard choice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was Ian the Firefly.
I was Austin, the rabble rouser.
Bev, the morally conflicted.
I was Dylan, the vineyard.
I'm Jonathan, and I left early in this episode. And this is definitely me who recorded this, signing out earlier, and not Ian being lazy. And I'm Ian too, and this is sponsored by nobody, signing off.